Looking up, Lv Shu saw an increase of more than 10 points from Chu Yang and Li Lin. Could they be the two passers-by he had encountered? From Zhang Xuanghua, there were hundreds of points. Could this be the truck driver who had hit him? Otherwise, no one else would contribute so much. Lv Shu began to understand what was going on. Over 100 points came from Lu Xiaoyu. He probably scared her just now. At this point, Lv Shu scrolled back down to the bottom of the record list and saw a line of small text appearing out of thin air. Negative emotion from Ji Wei, +1. Lv Shu's face darkened. Wasn't Ji Wei the young man from the afternoon? He only retorted him once, and he still held a grudge now. How vengeful was this person? However, it seems that not only fear can increase his income, but any negative emotion can, including resentment. Realizing this, Lv Shu breathed a sigh of relief. He had thought he would have to dress up as a ghost and scare people, but it seems that's not necessary. The world seems to be in chaos now. If he were to dress up as a ghost and a righteous hero suddenly jumped out and struck him with lightning, that wouldn't be good. Now that superpowers exist, there will probably be demon hunters sooner or later. As for generating resentment, Lv Shu is good at that. After Lv Shu finally understood where his income came from, he went back and clicked on the last option, the lottery center. There was a wheel with a pointer and a button. Next to the button was a line of small text. Each lottery draw cost 100. Lv Shu was happy. At least he could try it now. He clicked start, and the wheel started spinning. Lv Shu shouted stop in his mind, and the wheel began to slow down. Thank you for participating. Damn it. Lv Shu almost smashed the wash basin in the bathroom. This is a magical system. How can there be such a pitfall option as, thank you for participating, on the wheel? Can this even work? This isn't even worth spinning. He had a total of 701 negative emotion points, and he just squandered 100. But if he were to stop now, he wouldn't be willing. After all, this is the only thing he can do in this system right now. Let's draw again. The wheel spun again. Thank you for participating. Thank you for participating. Thank you for participating. I'm participating in your sister. Lv Shu clicked 5 more times. All were, thank you for participating. Is his luck that bad? Can someone tell me what the odds are for this, thank you for participating, to appear? Lv Shu didn't even know what the other things on the wheel were. He only saw, thank you for participating. How pitfall is this system? For the last time, the wheel started spinning again. Lv Shu didn't hesitate to shout stop again. When the wheel stopped, Lv Shu saw the fog dissipate from where the pointer was pointing. It wasn't thank you for participating, but a red fruit that looked like a plum. Moreau washing fruit has been stored in the item column. Items in the item column can be extracted at any time with a thought. Extract. Moreau washing fruit. Lv Shu looked at the delicious-looking fruit in his hand. Does it mean that eating it can cleanse the marrow and change the tendons, to eat or not to eat? There's no need to hesitate. Lv Shu put the fruit in his mouth, and it turned into a warm current flowing into his body. The small bungalow didn't have heating, so it was a bit cold to take a bath in winter. But Lv Shu didn't feel cold at all. He only felt hot and began to sweat profusely. This feeling, it's like his body has become more transparent. It's amazing. The weakness that plagued Lv Shu due to his poor health was gone. It was as if the fruit had unlocked all the shackles in Lv Shu's body, let alone whether he could become one of those legendary powers who can move mountains and fill seas. Just this fruit that improved his body was enough to make Lv Shu overjoyed. In school, the PE teacher would kindly let Lv Shu stand aside and not run. When the students played basketball or soccer, Lv Shu didn't dare to join. He looked sick and weak, and even felt a bit inferior when talking to female classmates. In Lu Xiaoyu's words, with such a weak body, what's the point of having female classmates? At this time, Lv Shu checked his balance again and only had 1 point left. It came fast and left fast. He clicked on the income record again, and suddenly there was 1 more point. Negative emotion from Ji Wei. He really holds a grudge. Lv Shu thought this system was quite magical. At least he knew who held a grudge against him, right? Lv Shu, come out and eat noodles. Lu Xiaoyu called from outside. Without thinking, Lv Shu shouted back, remember to put some green onions. They had green onions in their own yard. It would be a waste not to use them. Then Lv Shu saw his income record increase by 10. Lv Shu took a deep breath, suddenly feeling a bit of a toothache. If it were someone else, they would probably rush out to coax the little girl outside, but Lv Shu was not just anyone. Put more cilantro. Lv Shu yelled, +10, +10, +10. Lv Shu thought, could this bear child Lu Xiaoyu be responsible for half of his daily negative emotion value? Thinking about it, Lv Shu happily went out to eat ramen. The more he looked at Lu Xiaoyu's stern face, the happier he became. Lv Shu, you used to cook ramen for me. Lu Xiaoyu said with a dark face. It's okay, I'll let you cook from now on. As soon as he finished speaking, Lv Shu saw an increase of 20 in his record and couldn't help but laugh. But he couldn't always bully this kid. After all, in this big world, they were the only ones who depended on each other. The snow outside the window was getting heavier, and the whole world turned white. The silent snowflakes slowly fell, like a sigh. Yes, they were the only ones who depended on each other in the whole world. Lv Shu, shall we build a snowman later? Lu Xiaoyu tentatively asked. Sure, Lv Shu smiled. What shall we build? Let's talk about it later. I haven't thought about it yet. Lu Xiaoyu continued to eat her ramen. She was willing to run away from the orphanage and stay with Lv Shu, not because Lv Shu was particularly good to her, but because she felt like a family with Lv Shu, simple and straightforward, family, a word too far away from them. In the end, the two of them didn't build any decent snowmen. Both of them lacked artistic talent. Others built beautiful snowmen with various cartoon shapes, but when it came to them, there were only two snowmen, one big and one small, in the yard fenced by a small fence. They were crooked and could only vaguely make out a human shape. The two snowmen, one big and one small, stood closely together, standing alone in this cold world.